Alright, the last type of problem that we're going to look at for this lesson is dividing rational expressions. And this is very similar to when we divide fractions. You remember, if we have a fraction a over b divided by a fraction c over d, we can write that also horizontally as a over b divides c over d. And anytime we have division of fractions, we're always going to change to multiplication. And you may have heard before, keep, change, flip. So if I have the fraction a over b divided by c over d, we're going to keep the first fraction the same, change the operation to multiplication, and then flip or take the reciprocal of the second fraction, so this becomes d over c. So as soon as we identify a division in the problem, the first thing we're going to do is change this to multiplication. So don't start factoring anything out yet. Change to multiplication first. So we're going to just flip or take the reciprocal of the second fraction. And now it's going to work like the previous three problems because it's just a multiplication problem. So we want to make sure everything is in lowest terms. So 2x plus 1. And then, of course, if you need to do side work, I have 2x squared plus x minus 15. So my a is not 1. So we'll look at a times c is 2 times negative 15 is negative 30. So that's going to have quite a few factors, right? So let's see, we could have 1 times negative 30, negative 1 times 30, 2 times negative 15, negative 2 times 15. We're trying to get b equals positive 1, right? So we haven't found it yet. Let's see. 3 times negative 5, negative 3 times 5. And then I think the next one would be 5 times negative 6, negative 5 times 6. And this one should do it, right? Oh, actually, it's this one. Sorry, right? Because we want a positive one. Alright, so we can rewrite 2x squared. Let's do plus 6x minus 5x minus 15. Then my first two terms have a GCF of 2x. That's going to leave me with x plus 3. And my second two terms have a GCF of negative 5. And that's going to be an x plus 3. So we get x plus 3, 2x minus 5. So we can put that back into the problem. Oh, and I apologize, but I happened to notice, look what I wrote over here. 3 times negative 5 is not 30. I need 3 times negative 10 and negative 3 times 10. I apologize for that. Alright, so for the second fraction, we're lucky enough that we're given the x plus 3 that we don't have to do anything with. And then we just have the 6x squared minus x minus 2. So we're going to need to do AC again. This time we're going to get negative 12. So we have 1 times negative 12, negative 1 times 12, 2 times negative 6, negative 2 times 6, and we're trying to get b is negative 1, right? Alright, so let's see, we could have 3 times negative 4 or negative 3 times 4. Alright, so we want b is negative 1, so we want this one. So we can rewrite 6x squared plus 3x minus 4x minus 2. And then the first pair has 3x in common. That's going to leave me with 2x plus 1. And the second pair has a negative 2. That's going to leave me with 2x plus 1. So finally we have 2x plus 1, 3x minus 2 to put back in the problem. So I got 2x plus 1 and 3x minus 2. Alright, now we can look for common factors. So I have a 2x plus 1 and a 2x plus 1. I have an x plus 3 and an x plus 3. And those are all of the common factors we can cancel. So everything in the numerators has canceled out, right? So that doesn't mean it goes away because the other stuff is in the denominator. That means all that we're left with in the numerator is a 1. And then in the denominator, we have 2x minus 5 and 3x minus 2 left. So that is my final answer.